Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending our webinar. Today, we're going to be going over the EV Ready program and how we can help you install EV chargers at your site. Start with some introductions. I'm Joe Ficalora. I'm the Associate Program Manager here at Peninsula Clean Energy. I manage the EV Ready program, which we're going to be talking about today. Also on the webinar, I have my colleague Michael Martin from ClearResult, who manages the technical assistance portion of the program. So today's takeaways, we want to educate you on the EV Ready program and the funding that's available to you as site hosts to help offset your EV charging projects, as well as let you know about our technical assistance program. It's a free program that's available to site hosts to help design your programs or your EV charging projects. So the agenda for today, I'll give a quick background on Peninsula Clean Energy, the EV Ready program, the incentives that are available to you as site hosts. We'll go through a case study, and then we're going to open it up for question and answers. We've left plenty of time for Q&A. We'll probably get through the webinar in about a half hour, and then we'll have a half hour for questions. After that, we'll go through the next steps. So Peninsula Clean Energy is San Mateo County's locally led electric provider generating clean and affordable power. Our mission here is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So as everyone knows, EV adoption is here to stay. At the county level, we currently have about 45,000 EVs on the road. In 2023, 40% of all new vehicle purchases were from EVs. At the national level, automakers are committed to electric vehicles. There's dozens of new EV models expected by 2025. At the state level, the prediction is we'll have 5 million EVs on the road by 2030. And by 2035, all new vehicle sales will be EVs only. With that many EVs on the road, residents are going to expect home charging, and they're going to be making their decisions on where to live based off of, charging availability. So the EV Ready program is an EV charging infrastructure program. We provide free design assistance for your program, which Michael is going to get into in depth later on in the webinar. We also provide rebates to help offset the cost of the project. Michael will go into the rebate amounts a little bit later in the webinar. Also part of the program, we do have preferred pricing from EVSE manufacturers that we work with that have been vetted in our program, as well as we manage a trade ally network of qualified contractors to help you install the chargers and get the chargers in the ground if you do not have a contractor that you work with already. So that's what we do here at Peninsula Clean Energy. We provide the funding for the EV Ready program, as well as manage the strategic direction. Now I'm going to hand it over to Michael Martin, and he's with ClearResult, and he manages the technical assistance portion of the program. Take it away, Michael.
Thank you, Joe, and welcome everyone. Hopefully everybody's having a great day and enjoying the beautiful weather that we're having. ClearResult, we are a clean energy consulting company corporately headquartered in Austin, Texas. We partner with utilities and help them with clean sustainability goals and objectives. We're happy to be a proud partner with Peninsula Clean Energy on this particular program, and our primary responsibility is to evaluate your site locations and look at your electrical capacity, look at the sites where potential EV chargers could be located, and then come back to you with recommendations. We have a customer journey. Again, thank you for attending today. The goals, hopefully, that if you get all your questions answered and we've garnered enough interest on your behalf. We would like for you to submit a application. This will generate a phone call from me and setting up a preliminary conversation with you and whoever else are your designated decision makers to go through some goals and objectives in terms of what you guys are looking for at your particular site locations. This will then be followed up by a site visit. This is where one of our energy engineers will come out to meet with you, walk your property, take photos, and engage in conversations again about the goals and objectives of your particular site. We'll then go back, we'll evaluate a historical capacity estimate in terms of what your electrical usage has been at your site location. And then what we will do is come back and present some options to you. Usually they are 3 options that we present to you, which will include recommended design layouts for your site location. Once you've made the decision as to what solution you would like to move forward with, then you will go to the process, as Joe mentioned earlier, in terms of selecting a contractor. You'll evaluate the bids, and once you've selected the contractor, then the contractor will be responsible, amongst other things, to secure the permits for the work that needs to be done, install the EV chargers, and then once those chargers have been successfully installed and are operational, you will sign off on a site verification form along with the necessary paperwork that will be sent in to Joe's office at Peninsula Clean Energy. Once they've reviewed everything and they've agreed that it's in order, then you can expect to receive a rebate check, probably in a 30 to 60-day time window. Here you see is an outlet of the various options that you have. You have a level 1 outlet option. You have a level 2 outlet option. You have a level 2 charger option as well. And even though we do not have a program as of yet for DC fast charge, we do offer what we call is a make-ready port option, which allows you to complete your electrical infrastructure, even though you may not necessarily have EV chargers in the ground today, but this does prepare you to install EV chargers in the future. And we do obviously have an incentive program for that as well. Taking a look at this chart, since you are here representing a multifamily dwelling and site location, we do offer a number of different options here. You can go with level 1 or level 2 outlets. We do have the level 2 what we call EVSC port, which is in essence the level 2 EV charger, a main panel upgrade in case we need to do an upgrade for a part of your electrical infrastructure. And then, as I mentioned earlier, in terms of prepping for the future, we do also offer a make-ready circuit option up to $20,000 per property. Please note, for example, you see, particularly as it relates to the level 1 and level 2 outlet, we do offer a $2,000 port incentive. So say, for example, if you were to install, let's say 50 level 2 or level 1 outlets, you could receive up to $100,000 in terms of incentives. Here is a active customers of ours that's very, very happy. Their main goal and objective was, number one, to remain competitive in this marketplace, as a number of their renters were looking to install, or excuse me, we're looking for EV charging in terms of consideration. We presented a program to them. We evaluated their property. This particular property management company owns 5 locations. And what we were doing is we did an analysis. We came back to them and showed where the rebates will cover 95% of their properties to install a mix of level 1 and low power level 2 chargers. Their ultimate total out-of-pocket cost came out to about $150, or excuse me, less than $150 per charger. And they're very, very happy. And what they've really enjoyed here is working with us, and the free technical assistance that we were able to provide for this program definitely helped make their decision process a lot smoother and a lot easier. So as you'll note here, this is a case study, and you can certainly take a look at the link in the chat if you want to read about it in a little bit more detail. Next steps. We have a process that we go through that's been proven successful. And so in terms of if you need assistance evaluating your property and planning a project, we'll start off, as I said earlier, submitting an enrollment form. We'll have a preliminary phone call. That'll be a virtual phone call to go in depth with some more goals and objectives that your site location may have. Followed up with a site visit. We'll come back to you with the charging evaluation, and then we'll get into or assist you in terms of with the bidding process. Again, please note, for more details on this, we do have a link in the chat, so please refer to that as well. if you already have a design and if you already have a relationship with a contractor and you're ready to move forward in terms of starting construction, then what you can do is submit for a funding application. As you'll see, we'll have this information in the chat also. And this is an application that specifically goes for the rebates reservation. And again, once you have signed the necessary paperwork, you'll be in play for that. This will be also present you the opportunity to receive those funds, install the chargers. And as I mentioned also earlier, once you submit the installation verification form, then you will receive the rebate from Peninsula Clean Energy. And now with that, again, thank you for your time. And I guess we'll open it up for some Q&A.
Okay, you can, Claudia, is that you?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Hi. This is amazing. Thank you. So, is this solely for? Is this could be owner occupied, or is it both for? I have a rental. I have a duplex, and then we're also considering at our house, my husband and I, and we're considering going this route too because gas prices. I was so upset this year, like most Americans were. How much they had to pay to fuel their car to, go to work or just day-to-day life. Is this for both owner occupied and tenant occupied for both?
Yes. Okay. So you're talking about multi-unit properties, and yes, so it can be an owner occupied unit, or if it's a full-scale rental, that yes, that is correct. You can both qualify.
Okay.
Now, there is a four unit minimum.
Yes. Thank you, Joe. I meant to mention that. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. So my duplex, since it's two separate units, it would not qualify then?
No, it would not. It's just two units, correct?
Yes, a duplex is 2 units, correct?
Yeah.
And you said you have 2 of those duplexes. Okay, I'm sorry, Joe. I was going to say I just
go ahead, Michael.
Clarification there. Okay, is it 2 duplexes where you have 2 duplexes, but they're just in 2 different buildings side to side?
Yes, they're side to side. They each have their own meters. They each have their own water. It's like, imagine a lot with just one house, but it's 2 separate ones. Everyone pays their own.
Okay, so 2 duplexes side to side for a total of 4.
No. A duplex is only 2.
No, I know. I thought you said you had 2 buildings, and each building was a duplex. That's all. I was just trying to.
No. Sorry if I confused you. No, it's a duplex. I have 2 renters. They they would love to get a charger vehicle, and then my neighbors rent also, and they have a Tesla. And I told them I was going to join this to see if they can convince the owner to do something for them as well. So I'm here for multiple levels, for me and for a couple other people that couldn't join.
Yeah, we have a 4 unit minimum on this program. So unfortunately, a duplex or a triplex would not qualify.
Okay. But I mean, it's good to know if I know anybody for sure. Pass this.
Hey, we love referrals.
Yeah. And is this the same people? And I'm trying to remember. Sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather. For the rebate for the e-bikes, is this the same company?
Yes, we also have an e-bike program.
Thank you so much. I love my bike. I got it. Thank you.
Awesome.
It's amazing. And you guys were on point. Like, you submitted and within X amount of weeks, and I got it within a week. You guys were amazing. I know it's always good to give X amount of time because naturally as human beings, we hold you to it, but you guys were very transparent, and you guys, your company entity were like, I was shocked, and I want to thank you so much. If anyone's hesitant, you guys were amazing and answered all my questions. Just to let you know, I know this would be at a different scale, at a different level, but just the customer service you guys provided me with that was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Claudia.
Will we get a copy of this PowerPoint so I can save the information, or anything like that? With the contact information.
Yeah, we're gonna probably post it on our website, so we can follow up. I can send you the link. Yes.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Just that way, I'm all about referring people to positive things. If I have it, for sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Claudia.
Mhm.
Do we have any other questions? We just raise a hand. Let me scroll through. Don't see any hands up. Oh, George. Let me unmute you.
Hello? Hello?
George, hi. Yes, we can
Hi,
hear
hello.
you.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if you see my question. Should I repeat it?
Let me
Um,
take a look in the chat. I
it's I
apologize.
have a
Hi, George.
fourplex.
I didn't get a chance to answer your. I was just about to type it in, but go ahead and ask it live.
Okay, quickly, I have a fourplex. I'm part owner in a fourplex in Menlo Park. There's 2 parking spots for each unit. So I'm curious what the minimums are. Like, do I have to renovate all 8 parking spots, 2 for each unit? Can I do part way? That's kind of the gist of my question.
Okay,
Let me
Like,
make
can I only go ahead? Go ahead.
Yeah, you don't have to electrify all the spots, all the parking spaces. If you want to do half or 3, that's fine.
Some tenants won't be early adopters is kind of the issue here, and perhaps others are facing this while others. So if there's flexibility in terms of the rebates, that's, I guess, a positive.
Yes, you can. If you go through our technical assistance program, we'll give you a couple different options. If you just
Mhm.
want to electrify half of the parking spots, we will put a scope of work together for that, and then we'll give you other options as far as future proofing, utilizing the make ready incentive. So as adoption gets larger and larger for EVs, the electrical infrastructure will be there, and then you can just add a charger later on down the road.
Thank you. Thank you
Anything
for your
else?
answer.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
Mhm.
oh, my lot, maybe others are affected by this, but the lot that I have, it's a very narrow lot. There's barely enough room for the driveway to go to the back. And as a general comment, I just kind of want to throw this out there. Is there any, in terms of these requirements, um, do the physical constraints of the property like play a role sort of at any point in terms of what we're obligated to do as landlords or building owners? Is there like
No.
a safety mechanism there, I guess?
Well, I mean, obviously, we're going to follow code, but
Right.
city codes. I have never seen a site where there was an issue with driveway space, so to say. But yeah, our engineers they're familiar with all the local city codes, and we design the project to satisfy the city codes.
Well, thank you for that. I guess my concern is probably a bigger concern for the heat pumps for like the heating and the water. Maybe it's less of
Okay.
a concern. It's maybe less of a concern for charging because that's like a smaller profile.
What
So,
we would
um,
do is we would do an assessment of the available electrical capacity. Now that building electrification is kind of becoming, on the forefront of electrification as well. We do look at that electrical capacity, and if you're looking to electrify, to do building electrification, we can work within the parameters of the existing electrical capacity that you have at your site. How many chargers can you put in, and what the building electrification is going to use as far as electrical capacity, so we can account for that.
sure. And thank you for and thank you for that and for doing this. One last comment is I'm kind of, as an owner, I'm looking at this all in because I see these multiple sort of requirements on the horizon. And so I feel like I have to think about it more holistically in terms of the total. It's not just the charger, it's going to be heating, it's going to be water. So thank you for your time and for your information here. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Um, I have another question. Is this okay for a commercial mix apartment and business?
Yes.
Okay, as long as you have 4, or how does that work when it's a mixed building?
Would it be
So I'll tell you.
like workplace charging as well? So it'd be like a multi-purpose site. So there would be some residential units and workplace charging as well. Is that
Yes, yes, it's here in Redwood City. My friend has a property, and there are apartments on the top, and there's commercial businesses on the bottom. It's a mix.
Yes. We have a couple sites that we've done that are mixed.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dorothea, you should be unmuted.
Do you foresee something for duplexes? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Dorothea?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, because there's an echo. Should I mute something on my end?
Yeah, try maybe muting the microphone on your computer. Yeah. Did you call in, or are you working on a desktop?
Are you able to hear me? Okay, I'm just gonna
You got
go.
a little bit of an echo.
I
Do you want to type the question in the chat?
It's a little bit longer of a question, so maybe when you contact me, we can talk about it. It's okay.
You want to if anyone wants to put my email or my office number in the chat, we can do that. Do you want me to? I'll follow up with you as well. Okay, Dorothea?
Sorry, I have another question. Do you foresee, I mean, this is not going away, but what, do you see anything for duplexes at all? Or rental homes?
For now, we have a 4 unit minimum. If that's going to change in the future, it may not. We constantly evaluate the program guidelines yearly, and we update the program as needed.
Huh?
I don't see any other hands raised. If you want to ask a question, you can just raise your hand. We'll unmute you. Looks like Philip's been busy in the chat.
Joe, I'm going to answer Leslie's question because it's a little bit of a complicated one, if that's all right.
Sure, absolutely.
So Leslie's asking, do you have to switch your power source to Peninsula Clean Energy away from PG&E for each building? So this is a really good question. So nearly everyone in San Mateo County is both a customer of Peninsula Clean Energy and a customer of Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E. The way you would know is if you check your PG&E bill, in the electrical section on the second or third page, you'll see Peninsula Clean Energy generation charges, that means you are one of our customers. We can also look this up for you. It's very few people are not Peninsula Clean Energy customers, so it's very likely that we're already serving you with clean energy, but you do have to be a customer to take advantage of this program. But when in doubt, contact us or submit an application and we can help get that sorted for you.
Okay, George, you're unmuted.
Yeah, sorry, I was doing something. What is sorry, I actually kind of forgot my specific question, but I think what I wanted to ask was like what's the timeline sort of if we get if we reach out to get the inspection and there's a report gets generated and then we decide to act. Roughly speaking, like, does this take place over weeks, months? Some kind of general idea.
Sure. Michael, you want to take that? Just give them a timeline on the design assistance portion of the process. Well, Michael, it looks like you're muted.
Sorry. Once we come out and do the site evaluation, roughly there may be maybe a 4-week gap from the moment that we actually come out and do the actual walk to the point that we're ready to do the presentation in terms of showing you what our findings are along with our recommendations. From that point moving forward, then you'll have roughly 60 days to, kind of get the ball rolling, so to speak, because we hold your funds in a reservation status. And then overall, from beginning to end, the entire project should be completed within a 9-month window.
Okay. And then if we don't have a contractor, I guess we would obtain that either with your assistance or at some point during that process, we would have to be talking with a contractor to then implement the plan.
Yeah, so what we do as a part of this program, as was mentioning in one of the opening slides, we do have a list of contractors that we do work with that are registered and to work with this program. So if you do not have an existing relationship with an electrician or a contractor or somebody therefore, we do have a list that can assist you on that. And then the beautiful thing about this program is that once the way the portal is set up, once you apply and you have an account with this program, the beautiful thing is that we call it, or I like to refer to it as one-stop shopping. So once we make the presentation, you can go in and after you've made the decision, you can select solution 1, 2, or 3. Also within that portal, there'll be a page in terms of inviting contractors. You'll see a list of the contractors there. You can select, say, maybe 3. They'll probably want to come out and meet with you and do their own site walk. But the beautiful thing about that is we do have a list ready to go. So it's not like you have to go out and find a contractor on your own. We do have a list ready to assist.
Okay, perfect. So, and then overall, it sounded like overall finished beginning to end is 9 months, but it sounded like once the report is generated, you said there was a 60-day window to sort of begin the construction in order to preserve the rebate. Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, so from the moment that we do the actual presentation, I think like the first step is really to go ahead and apply for the design assistance. I think Philip just put something there in the chat. But once we've made the presentation to you, then you do have 60 days from the presentation date to initiating the starting process in terms of selecting a contractor, selecting a solution, and getting the ball rolling, so to speak.
Okay, thank you.
I don't see any other hands raised. Anyone else have any questions? Just raise your hand, put it in the chat. Chat looks kind of busy. If you want to ask it live, let's go. It's showtime. I don't see any questions coming through the chat. Anyone want to ask a question? Just raise a hand. I can unmute you. Going once. Going twice. All right. I think we've answered everybody's questions. You can go to our website. You can reach out to us if you have any questions. The link to technical assistance again was posted in the chat, as well as just the incentive portal. If you're already have a design and you're ready to start construction, you can click on those links. Otherwise, you can visit our website, and if you have any questions, we're more than happy to answer them. I will give any last questions? All right. Appreciate everyone coming to, I thought we had one more coming through the chat. Thank you, Bijani. Yeah, so I'll end the webinar. Any questions, go to our website. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. We appreciate all of your time, and thank you. We hope to see some site hosts putting in for some technical assistance. Thanks, everyone.